Keir Starmer, Britain's Prime Minister, is now under pressure after facing tough questions in a BBC interview. Laura Kuenssberg pressed him on whether he would stick to Labour's election promises, especially the pledge not to raise VAT, income tax, or national insurance. But Starmer refused to rule out breaking that commitment, repeating only that the manifesto stands. This response has left many asking, does a manifesto really stand firm when the economy is shifting every day? Or is it simply a piece of paper that can be torn up when reality bites opponents? And commentators have been quick to remind voters that promises given before an election often look very different once power is secured. Could we now be watching the beginning of a retreat from one of Labour's central pledges? And if so, what will that mean for households already struggling with the cost of living? Do you believe voters would forgive such a U-turn, or is this the kind of move that erodes trust permanently? Meanwhile, Sharon Graham, the powerful General Secretary of Unite Britain's largest trade union, has sent a clear warning. She says the upcoming 26th November budget is a critical moment, one that could determine whether Unite members decide to end their affiliation with Labour altogether. She asked why a Labour government could allow 2 oil refineries to close without any plan, why a net zero transition has workers at the back of the queue, and where the money is to support jobs and industries. Her words strike at the heart of Labour's image as the party of working people. So what happens if Unite walks away from Labour? Would it fracture the movement that helped put the party in power? Or could it free Labour to pursue a broader economic agenda that unions may not like? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this is a debate that will shape the future of British politics. At this point, let me remind you that England. Now 7 brings you clear and sharp updates on the issues shaping Britain today. Subscribe now and join the conversation so you never miss a moment. Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, has also been in the spotlight on Friday. She openly admitted that difficult trade-offs between tax and spending are unavoidable. She told an audience in London that avoiding these choices risks repeating the chaos of Liz Truss's mini-budget. She said there is nothing progressive about watching interest rates rise again, because that takes money from workers, businesses, and public services. Reeves wants to cut the soaring cost of servicing debt so that money can be redirected to more productive areas. But here is the dilemma. Should Labour risk breaking promises in order to protect economic stability, or should it cling to its commitments even if that leads to higher borrowing and financial turbulence? How do you see this balance between responsibility and loyalty to the voters who trusted the manifesto? Critics argue that Labour is already sounding too cautious, too defensive, too worried about markets instead of bold policies for growth. They say if the budget is bland or insipid, as Sharon Graham warned, Labour may lose the support of its base. On the other hand, Starmer and Reeves insist that realism is essential, otherwise Labour could end up irrelevant, just as the Conservatives are now. What do you think? Is Labour playing safe to secure long-term stability, or slowly alienating the very people who put them in power? How much patience do you think voters and unions will have before they demand a change of course? As the budget day approaches, the pressure on Starmer and Reeves will only intensify. Can they find a balance that satisfies both the markets and the workers, or will they be forced to choose one side over the other and risk a political crisis? Before we wrap up, we want to hear directly from you. If you were in Keir Starmer's shoes, would you honor every manifesto pledge, no matter the cost? Or would you change course for the sake of the economy? Tell us what you would do, and we will feature the best responses in our next video. Stay connected with England. Now 7 for more in-depth coverage on the choices shaping Britain today. Your comments and support keep this channel moving forward, so make sure you subscribe and share your views. This report is based on coverage from BBC News, The Guardian, and The Telegraph.